Fat man gets cursed to lose weight every time he eats food. Yo, we're watching this on stream, so if you're watching... I'm not doing it, bro.
In Connecticut, lawyer Billy looks through the window and notices that a gypsy caravan is arriving in town.
Bro, that's
After
crazy
complaining,
build. How do
he
you
goes to the
obtain these
bathroom
kind of
to check his
builds?
weight, but he hasn't lost any even if he's supposed to be on a diet. Then he joins his wife Heidi and their daughter Linda for breakfast.
Would you talk to a girl that's 300 pounds? I'm not even gonna read that out loud, Drop. That was crazy.
When Heidi asks him for his weight, he lies and says 297, which he had last week.
Damn.
This means he's been gaining weight instead. Next, Billy goes to court to defend his client, a mafia boss called Richie.
That's that
He's
one
a
guy.
truly despicable man who should be in jail, but Billy proves there isn't enough evidence and he quickly wins the case.
That's the guy from... Who's he from? That's the guy from Law and Order, Criminal Minds? I know that face, bro. What is he from? Bro, okay. Okay, I need y'all to lock in, bro. I need y'all to lock in, bro. Casper, you came in the chat, put it.
Billy goes to his law firm office and discovers that the gypsy caravan has settled down at the public park across the street.
Bro.
Everyone seems to be having fun with the music and the games, but when a gypsy woman gives Billy a flyer and invites him
She's
to
kind of
come,
bad.
he doesn't look thrilled. Then Billy takes the stairs to his office, which leaves him extremely tired. His boss takes Billy to the window and points at a gypsy girl called Gina, telling him to give her a quarter and asks her
Bro,
to raise
look.
her skirt, but Billy doesn't.
She'll lift her skirt for a quarter? Bro, I was born on the wrong time.
Like the idea. Later, when Billy leaves the office, he bumps into Judge Rossington.
So, like, okay, I got a question, bro.
The gypsies and is waiting for the cops to kick them
Never
out.
mind, I'm not asking right
Officer
now.
Hopley finally makes them leave and comes to inform Rossington that the gypsies rented some land at the
Bro, there is no black people in this, bro. Wait, look at this, bro. There is no black people anywhere. Wait, what the fuck? There is no niggas. Hey, if you're like that big, can you see your meat?
local farm. Before
Asking a
Gina
friend.
approaches Billy and
Gina's
takes a
bad.
coin out of her cleavage before raising her skirt in a flirty manner. However, she suddenly raises her finger and spits on the ground
For a
before running
quarter?
to her family.
Shit, you can spit
In
on
the
me.
evening, Billy and Heidi go to a restaurant to celebrate his win with some friends, but Heidi asks
Okay,
him to
no.
leave when the waiter brings the desserts. During the trip home, Heidi tries to distract Billy from thinking about food by getting naughty with him while he drives.
Well, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is a crazy watch now.
Meanwhile, at the local pharmacy, the gypsy chief
Why didn't they
Tazu
show
and his
it?
daughter are buying some medicine when the daughter realizes she's cold. She goes out to grab her coat from her car, and as she's crossing the street, Billy's car is
Big
coming
dude
her
moving
way.
like that? Big
Since
dude's
Billy
big.
is distracted by Heidi's naughty affection, he doesn't see the woman
Naughty
who
affection.
accidentally hits her, instantly killing her.
No.
The next day, Billy attends an inquest. Hopley testifies that Billy was sober and
Give me
driving within
Toppy
speed
at the
limit,
red
so
light.
Rossington rules that the death of Tazu's daughter is purely accidental. Hopley and Rossington are actually lying to help him, and Billy goes free without punishment. Outside, Tazu approaches Billy
Oh,
and
hell
uses his
no.
thumb to suddenly touch his face, saying the word thinner before leaving. Some days later, Billy checks his weight and he's shocked to see 283, which doesn't make much sense because he's never
How?
stopped eating like a pig. Later,
Streams are always
Billy
crazy,
goes
bro.
to play golf with some friends like Rossington and Dr. Mike. They notice Billy's weight loss just by looking at him, but there's a man who still makes fun of him. Billy turns around and grabs his rear while insulting the guy back, which he
Damn.
couldn't do when he was fatter. Afterward, in the locker room, Rossington asks Mike to check a
Bro,
weight
bro, bro,
thing
bro, bro,
going
bro,
on
bro,
his-
bro. Every time I go to the gym, bro, every single time I walk into the locker room, I just see meat everywhere. It's always old white dudes walking around butt booty nothing, bro, and just everywhere, bro. Just everywhere, bro. And like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do you do? I walk in, meat. Meat. I walked in today, I'm like, oh, you know, I'm gonna get this pumpy, you know, I'm feeling myself, you know, I'm looking good. Meat. Cock and balls, like,
Skin. Mike blames it on stress
Why?
and instructs him to just put an ointment on it. Then Billy checks his weight again and surprisingly, he's already lost another 2 more pounds since the morning. While the men shower, Rossington tells Billy that Tazu
This is what it looks like!
and touched him on the spot, which now looks weird. Days continue to pass and Billy loses another 25 pounds.
how?
This is too fast and Heidi is starting to worry it may be an early sign of cancer.
You wanna suck
She
those?
tells him to
Stop,
go
you're
see
fucking
Mike.
weird.
Billy gets some tests done and Mike looks at the results, only to inform Billy that he's perfectly healthy. Afterward, Billy goes to his tailor, who takes Billy's measurements to get him a
That's
whole
what I'm
new
saying.
wardrobe. The numbers
Why
are
are
so
you
different
naked,
that Billy
bro?
gets on a scale to check again, noticing he's now down to 230 pounds.
Damn.
When the tailor asks for his secret, Billy just tells him he wouldn't like his methods. That night, Billy eats a huge amount of food, since apparently eating it's what makes him lose weight. Linda worries about her dad and when he makes fun of her concerns, she gets upset.
That's why I always wear a thong in the gym showers. Yeah, we're cooked. We're fucking cooked. We're fucking cooked. Dude, I walked into the gym the other day, and like I saw a dude, both his nips pierced, in a Speedo. Look me dead in the eyes. It's over.
And rushes to her
It's
room.
over.
Billy just keeps on
It's
eating,
over.
and when Heidi scolds him,
I'm
Billy
sorry.
explains that he skipped lunch at the office.
Bro,
and
he's
lost
looking
even more
skinny.
weight,
What the
So he
fuck?
thinks he must eat to keep his weight stable.
How?
He also blames Heidi for the accident.
Nah,
But she
nah.
points out he never stopped her.
Just
and announced
saw
that
two
she
dudes
said
playing in the
he
shower?
would stay at her aunt's house, so she doesn't have to see him like this. Later at a restaurant, Billy meets with Mike, who explains he asked specialist and concluded Billy doesn't have a tapeworm, so he'll have no choice but to go to a clinic. At that
What?
moment, Billy notices Rossington's wife Lita eating alone.
Lita
while
looks
looking
good.
sad, so Mike shares that Rossington is out of town checking on his sister. However, Billy knows that Rossington doesn't have a sister, so after dinner, he goes to Rossington's house. At first, Lita lies and says her
Lita
husband
looks
is out of
good.
town visiting relatives, but when Billy mentions his insane weight loss, she guesses he was touched by Tadzu. Then she explains Rossington is at a clinic to treat his
Lita
skin
could be the
condition.
next plate.
When Tadzu touched him, he whispered the word lizard, and since then Rossington's skin has been turning into scales and his hands into claws.
Ugh.
Lita is sure both her husband and Billy are under a gypsy curse, but Billy thinks curses don't exist. When Lita starts to freak out, she pushes Billy out as she blames him for the curses because he was the one that killed the gypsy woman.
Damn.
But Billy reminds her Rossington is also responsible for covering up Billy's crimes. Billy
Oh,
leaves after
okay, I
Lita
get it
throws
now.
alcohol at his face, and he decides to call Richie to ask if gypsy curses are real.
That's the guy
Richie
from
asks her
Law and Order,
Italian mother
bro.
about it,
He looks
and
good
the mother
still.
confirms they're indeed real, explaining that only the person who put the curse can remove it. While Heidi is driving Billy to the clinic, he tells her about the curse, but she doesn't believe such a ridiculous concept. Heidi continues to argue with Billy over the matter and almost misses a truck on the road, but
No.
luckily she dodges it just in time. For the next few days, Billy stays at the clinic and the doctors put him through dozens of tests.
Spend the
However,
15, I'm
results
broke.
are always perfect, so they can't explain what's happening. Eventually, Billy
He
gets
looks weird
bored
now.
and leaves to visit Hopley, who has also been cursed and now his skin is covered in gross bumps.
Ew!
Hopley gives Billy his gun and asks him to get revenge, but Billy refuses, saying he needs Tadzu alive to take off the curse.
Ugh.
However, Hopley points out Tadzu would never help them and gets very aggressive, so Billy runs out of the house. At that moment he hears the gun go off in the house, meaning
No.
Hopley self-deleted. Afterward, Billy goes
He
home
left
and
the
sees
server?
Mike leaving his house, so he starts suspecting Mike and Heidi may be having an affair.
Wait, I just figured out, bro. He's gonna keep losing weight. Wait. He's going to keep losing weight until like he's just gone. Like he's living a long time because he's kind of fat, but like he's gonna keep losing weight till he turns into nothing. Damn, I'm so smart.
Goes inside to start grabbing food
So
while
smart.
Heidi talks to him.
Heidi's
But he
bad
can't
too.
stop
Why is
picturing
everyone
her as
bad?
Mike. Billy explains that he isn't going back to the clinic because he's cursed, and when Heidi complains, he throws food at her and yells that he's being erased.
Don't do that to Heidi.
The next day, Billy
said it.
hires a detective, who tracks down the gypsy caravan and informs Billy they're
You got
going
that
to
from
the
beginning on
main
Glock in? My bad. I wasn't
Afterward,
locked
Billy
in.
goes home and finds Heidi and Mike discussing the possibility of taking legal action against him.
Huh?
Billy tells them he agrees to go back to the clinic, but he actually drives to Maine to find the gypsies. When he makes it to the caravan camp,
What
he
is a
finds it
gypsy?
empty, so he goes to talk to the realtor who rented the terrain to them. The realtor reveals that Mike and Heidi have put up wanted posters for Billy, so if he wants information, he'll have to pay or the realtor will call his wife.
Cringe.
After buying the guy's silence,
Cringe.
Billy goes to a hotel and finds a sign advertising a gypsy fair. He immediately heads there and finds Tadzu and Gina selling sick dolls of him, Rossington, and Hopley. Gina
What?
throws a doll of Billy at him and then starts chasing him around the fair, so Billy runs away and is rescued by Rossington, whose skin is fully covered in scales now. Gina shoots her slingshot and breaks the car's windows, but the men get away right before she can hurt them. However, Rossington is driving too fast and when they reach the bridge, they see a fire truck driven
No.
by Tadzu approaching them.
No.
Rossington tries to stop the car but it's impossible and the truck hits them.
They're
On the
gonna
other
cooked.
side, a school bus also driven by Tadzu approaches and hits the car too. At that moment, Billy wakes up in the
Oh,
hotel.
I was about to say, that would've been
revealing it was all
crazy.
a nightmare. Worried, he tries calling Rossington, but Lita answers the phone and tells him her husband self-deleted. Afterward, Billy finds the fair, but it's been abandoned. He asks around and a man tells him what road the caravan took. In the evening, Billy follows that road and eventually finds the gypsy camp. Gina calls him a demon, ignoring the sight of Billy's skeleton-like physique when he raises his
I
shirt.
told you.
Tadzu swears he will never take off the curse, so a desperate Billy drops to his knees and starts begging.
Oh, I
But
thought he was gonna
Tadzu
do
only
something.
pushes him
Never
away
mind.
and threatens to make it worse.
Lock him.
Furious, Billy says he curses the gypsies back, but they only laugh at him. Since Billy refuses to leave, Gina slingshots a stone at him, which pierces through his hand. Billy rushes back to the hotel and wraps his hand the best he can.
Why would you put your hand out to... Bro, I'm so confused. So basically, they got cooked because he cooked... This was all from getting toppy at the red light, bro. Think about it. All this happened because he wanted some toppy loppy at the stoplight. Niggas are just down
But he
bad, bro.
needs help.
They're just
He
down
calls
bad.
Richie, who tells him to go to his own summer house and sends a doctor who knows to keep his mouth shut. The doctor bandages his hand and gives him some medicine, but there isn't anything he can do about the pain.
So he's cooked.
The next day, Richie visits Billy and notices he's weighing less than 130 pounds. He also informs Billy that Heidi has signed a legal paper to force Billy to be taken to
Oh, no, he looks bad now.
Determined to help Billy, Richie sneaks into the gypsy
I don't know,
camp
Lita?
in the middle of the night, poisoning all the dogs and leaving a note asking them to take off the curse.
White man from town says take it off. Why would you poison the dogs? What the dogs do, bro?
Afterward, he stops at a gas station and pays a young man to let him know if the gypsies move their location again. The next day,
This is
the
crazy.
guy calls Richie to tell him about the new gypsy camp. After he hangs up, he's ambushed by Gina and her husband. Meanwhile, Richie receives 2 boxes with weapons to carry on the plan.
Whoa.
At that moment, Billy sees a car
Billy's
outside with
cooked.
a message from the gypsies, and when he looks at the front seat, he finds the body of the young man. There's a chicken head in his mouth and the word never on his forehead as an answer to Richie's note. Furious, Richie grabs his weapons and gets ready for revenge, ignoring
Oh,
Billy's
nah.
pleas not to kill anybody. In the evening, Richie sneaks into the gypsy camp and knocks down
Dude,
Gina's
Richie's standing
husband
on
before opening
business.
fire. Lots of gypsies get killed and their vehicles are destroyed. One of them even explodes and starts a fire. Then Richie pushes Gina's husband forward and in the darkness, his loved ones think he's the enemy, so they mistakenly shoot him down.
No.
After Richie leaves, the group finds a note on the guy's body asking for the curse to be taken off. The next day, the police come over to the camp to investigate. Richie pretends to be an FBI agent to talk to Gina and convinces her to follow him.
Dude, Richie's standing on fucking business, bro. 10 toes down. The lore is confusing now. So Billy's basically dead because he got too much top. Her wife. I'm
into a
seeing what's
barn
going on.
house, which is seen by Billy from afar.
Oh, Billy's
In the
alive.
barn, Richie pushes Gina and throws a liquid at her face pretending it's acid, but he's lying to scare her. A furious Gina tries to defend herself, but Richie hits her head to knock her down.
Oh, Richie.
At that moment, Billy shows up to stop Richie from killing her, so instead Richie puts the jar with real acid on her forehead and leaves a message for Tadzu. He must meet them in the lighthouse in 2 hours. After the men are
Couldn't she just pick it up, bro? Couldn't she just pick the acid off her head? Oh, but she moved. No, couldn't she just pick it up off her head? Like, why is the acid black? Acid's not black, is it?
gone, Gina very carefully
Yeah,
moves her
okay.
arms to get rid of the acid and runs back to her people.
About to say.
2 hours later, Tadzu comes to the lighthouse
Tadzu's
because
so
he doesn't want
chopped.
Richie to kill Gina. To remove the curse, it must be transferred to another person. So Tadzu stabs Billy's wounded hand and lets the blood drip into a pie. Now the curse is in the filling, so Billy must feed the pie to someone else to kill them. Before going home, Billy calls Linda and tells
What is this lore, bro? What is this lore, bro? Have you ever, like... Never mind, I was going to ask y'all if y'all, like, fuck a pie,
her
but
to
that's
stay the
insane.
night
I
at her
need to
friend's
lock in.
house. A few days later,
to lock the
Billy
fuck in.
returns to his house looking healthier and gives the pie to Heidi as revenge for her infidelity.
No!
The next morning, Billy wakes up and is pleased to find Heidi's rotting body next to him. He even kisses it on the mouth to taste the sugar. However, when he goes downstairs, he discovers Linda is already back and she's also eaten the pie. After she leaves for school, Billy is feeling so guilty that he thinks of eating pie too, but at that moment Mike comes by to check on the family. Wanting more revenge, Billy invites him in to have some pie.
Wait, I thought... Wait. I thought if it was only... You said transfer, so wouldn't a daughter and the other person be okay?